So I've been planning to make a video about superhero movies for months now, and it was originally meant to be released before Superman Legacy came out, and for a multitude of reasons it was pushed back. The video itself was initially meant to showcase why we needed Superman Legacy and the things that have created the hole I hoped it would fill. But now, Superman Legacy is out, I've seen it, and Hold on one second. Hello? They what? When? The first day of filming? They changed the name of the movie the first day of filming. Did anyone talk about this? Why didn't I know about this? Well, I already said it 3 times in the video. Fine. Thank you for telling me. I love you too. Bye. Okay. Bye. But now, Superman is out. I've seen it, and it's exactly what I needed it to be. It's funny, it's energetic, and it's hopeful. And that's the secret sauce for every successful superhero franchise. Hope. Now, I wouldn't consider this video spoilers for Superman. I won't be talking about the plot, I won't be talking about the characters. What I will be talking about is the themes, and then some of the emotions that I felt when watching it. But other than that, I will not be really talking about Superman that much at all. I think it's really worth watching, and if you were excited to go see it, please go see it. It is worth watching. Now, if you're a superhero fan, you know what it's like to feel hope. Whether it's Spider-Man picking a building off himself, All Might smiling despite being on the verge of death, or Captain America picking himself up because he can do this all day. These moments aren't just exciting, they serve to be equally inspiring and in a way reassuring, because the heroes never give up, and the audience feels safe on behalf of the bystanders in the story. And what makes that feeling so special is that it doesn't come only in the wholesome moments, but it also comes in the deeply devastating moments. One of the best examples of this is Avengers Infinity War, where the whole entire movie is slowly building up hope that they can defeat this enemy, and then all at once it is snatched away. Even from the beginning of the movie, Loki standing up to Thanos and dying for it. You have the somber moment between Scarlet Witch and Vision as they decide to make that sacrifice in order to save the universe. And Thanos undoes it with the Time Stone. And finally, you have the glorious entrance of Thor, him tearing the Chitauri apart and finally landing a near fatal blow on Thanos, only to have it all be in vain and Thanos snap his fingers anyway. That movie ends with the despair. Despite giving you hope and taking it away, it ends on the despair. And if it was only one movie, maybe it would be kind of a bummer. But then it ends with a second part called Avengers Endgame, which crescendos the hope into a peak where everything is set where it was meant to be. The bad guys are defeated once and for all, and the heroes stand on top, with, a few exceptions. See, hope and despair are two sides of the same coin, and stories almost always come out better for using them both. And in my opinion, that's why DC has been struggling so much in these recent years. Now, while it's not fully his fault, I do think a lot of this comes down to the characterization that Zack Snyder has given both Superman and Batman in his movies, and I have to talk about that. Now, no offense to people who like Zack Snyder's movies. Listen, I love 300, I like Watchmen, but personally, as somebody who really, really loves DC characters, especially in the comics and in the animated series, I gotta tell you, I really did not like the characterization of Superman in Man of Steel and Batman v Superman. And the main reason is because I do not feel that hope that I always need from superhero movies. The way that he characterizes Superman as this kind of demigod or this larger than life entity that doesn't have the same connection to humanity as everybody else. He seems distant from Earth. And yes, of course he's an alien, but Clark Kent was raised on a farm by Americans on Earth. He was not raised by his parents. He was not raised by Jor-El. He's just a kid from Kansas. And without giving details away, it is such a far cry from the Superman that we get in this film from 2025, Superman is back to what I remember him being. He is a farm boy. He smiles. He saves children. This is a shot from the trailer that everybody has seen. And from this exact moment, I knew this movie was going to have what it took to be the superhero movie that we needed. Right here, this frame, it's all I needed. I saw this and I was like, you know what? This movie's gonna be peak. And I was right. And of course people are gonna say, oh no, well this movie is clearly good because it's James Gunn. It had to be good. And well, yes, I agree. James Gunn is a fantastic director and it's a really inspired choice to have him as the new director of the DC universe. I don't think that that's what the main problem was. Because if I'm being honest, DC has had good movies that were hopeful, even though they had dark tones. The Dark Knight and The Batman are two of my most pointed to examples. The Dark Knight ending with Commissioner Gordon's speech about the city and about Batman and how it is going to be difficult for them, but because of his sacrifice, they will have hope. Like, it makes you feel that ending so much harder because not only are you realizing that despite Batman falling from grace in the public eye, he did what he needed to do. He saved their lives. He saved their dignity. He gave them hope, which is the most important thing that a superhero can do. And in the same way, Pattinson's connection with the people of Gotham at the end of The Batman, where he saves them from the flood, and there's that scene of the woman who is injured reaching her hand out and touching his arm, signifying that she trusts him. Despite him being this brooding man in a black cowl with mascara and eyeliner and being this edgy bat-looking guy, she's like, I trust you. Thank you for saving us. We needed you. We still need you. And his speech at the end of that movie to tie it all together and make you feel that same sense of hope for that city, despite what it had gone through, is exactly what I'm talking about. And even Zack Snyder has been able to get this feeling across. At the end of his cut of Justice League, having the heroes lose and the Flash stop time and rewind it, telling himself to break the rules so that he can save the world, is exactly that type of moment. And again, this is Zack Snyder. We all talk about the fact that, oh, he doesn't understand Superman, he doesn't understand comic books, he just wants to do edgy stuff. But this stuff right here, it shows that he can do it. He can show his ability to give people hope. And this feeling of hope is so ubiquitous that it doesn't just come from the heroes themselves, but it comes from the inspiration that those heroes have given not only the world, but the characters in which writers who are inspired by those heroes are able to inflict that level of hope upon their writing. One of my favorite examples is the Iron Giant, where the titular Iron Giant is inspired by Superman. He reads the Superman comics to the point where he decides to put on a big S on his chest and shows like, oh, I'm Superman. And at the end of the movie, in his sacrificial moment, he is inspired by Superman to save the world, despite his creation, despite where he came from. And he decides to save not only his friend, his new family, and the world in the city that he lives in by sacrificing himself. And in his final moments, he closes his eyes and says, Superman. That shit hits me right in the fucking heart. And I know it did too. I know there's someone out there who is crying along with me. Now, none of this is to say that there isn't room for depressing and bleak storytelling, because there really is. Some of my favorite stories are just really sad. Breaking Bad is one of my favorite shows of all time, and that show fucking sucks in an emotional way. It's really, really good, but like, it makes you feel really bad. And there is a time and a place for that. But when I'm sitting down with my bucket of popcorn and my Slurpee, and I want to watch a superhero movie, I want it to make me feel good. I want to laugh. I want to maybe cry, but I want to feel goosebumps running up my arm as I'm excited to see the hero saving people. That's what they're meant to do. Speaking of which, I'm going to take one quick aside for a movie that I think gets too much hate that I need to talk about. Iron Man 3 got so much flack when it first came out. People still talk about the fact that they don't like it. And guess what? Guess what? That movie is fucking fun. And there's a scene in that movie where Iron Man goes out of his way to save like 13 people. And he's given the odds. He's told you can only carry like 5 of them. And then he makes them hold hands and work as a team and shucks their arms so they hold tighter. Like, he uses his ingenuity and he saves them all. And they're all cheering. And it's a really fun and soul-lifting scene. And I just wish that people gave it more credit because it definitely deserves it. So, at the end of the day, I love superhero movies, and I want them to be good, and I want them to be fun, and this movie does what so many have not been able to do in recent years, and I'm excited to see what else we get from James Gunn, and I'm excited to see this Superman in more movies. Thank you so much for watching. Please go see this movie. Support this type of movie. It is excellent. I loved every minute of it. I hope you guys do as well. Okay, see ya.